Hi, morning. So, yes, as Ryan introduced, we're talking about Japanese artist Takashi Murakami. He's a Japanese contemporary artist, and he works in fine arts such as painting and sculpture, but also commercial media such as fashion, merchandise, and animation, and is really known for blurring the line between high and low arts. His influential work draws from the aesthetic characteristics of the Japanese artistic tradition and the nature of post war Japanese culture. Murakami merges Japanese pop culture references with the country's rich artistic legacy, effectively obliterating any distinction between commodity and high art. He's been compared to Andy Warhol for his art as business approach, as well as for his large factories of workers who produce, market, and sell his art. An homage to Mono Pink 1960 is a preeminent example of Murakami's flower series, kind of like what Ryan just showed, which he's explored through variations across a wide range of media, including sculptures like the one on the right, video installations, and clothing. And the flowers are rendered in a bold graphic style typical of the artist, each intricately painted and overlapping in a wide range of sizes and colors with this mesmerizing effect on the viewer. In the center of this contemporary triptych is Murakami's signature avatar named Mr. Daub. His open mouth reveals razor sharp teeth as his multiple eyes roam maniacally. Mr. Daub, created by Murakami in 1993, is derived from the Japanese slang term dobozite, which roughly translates to why. The maniacal smile of Mr. Daub can be understood as Murakami's laughing stance towards the art world and also towards the West. The title itself, 727, is a reference to the Boeing American planes that flew over his childhood home while heading to US military bases. And it's a direct reference to the US presence in post World War II Japan that Murakami is so keen to both explore and critique in his art. So this pattern might look a little familiar. In 2002, at the invitation of the creative director at the time, Murakami started his 13-year-long collaboration with the fashion brand Louis Vuitton. One of Murakami's designs features the LV signature monogram in 97 different colors with his own signature jellyfish eyes repeated on black or white backgrounds. Through this popular project, Murakami has successfully become a pioneer of promoting art as a commercial brand. The landmark collaboration also brought in over $300 million for Louis Vuitton. And on the right, the concept of eyes takes center stage again with Warp, consisting of one bulging blue eye peering off the canvas alongside his trademark splashes of color. Again, we can see his character, Mr. Daub, in the center of this tableau, as well as the motif of his jellyfish eyes in this collaboration of mini sculptures that was exhibited at the Broad Museum in Los Angeles in 2009. And the scene is actually inspired by a moment in Alice in Wonderland, where Alice runs into a caterpillar lying sleepily on a mushroom. The scene has this kind of psychedelic, whimsical nature to it. And Murakami at this point has really been established as a popular pop artist, and he garnered a whopping $2.4 million for this set of miniature sculptures that was sold to Christie's in 2011. Another iteration of Mr. Daub's, these being larger in size. These particular sculptures kind of remind me of Jeff Koons's balloon animals. And Murakami has also faced similar criticism about the commodification and mass production of some of his works. But by using the same character in so much of his work, he's really built this recognizability to his art and his style. And he's also created a following of people collecting different Mr. Daub works throughout his career. Here's an up close of the paintings in the background of the previous slide. Art critic Kristen Sharp says, quote, Murakami is playfully and potentially cynically immersed in the processes of late capitalism, in proposing that he's challenging the distinction of art while at the same time exploiting and celebrating the processes of commodification and symbolic exchange that exist in the postmodern. These flowers are iconic works of his and really instantly recognizable. The dot art was actually inspired by the Tamagotchi, which is a handheld digital pet game that was created in Japan in 1996. The pixelated nature gives these pieces a retro feel to them. And Murakami also revealed that some of his flowers would be released online as NFTs in 2022. This album cover is definitely recognizable to me, and I didn't realize that it was designed by Murakami. But of course, now that I know, I can see the resemblance in his style. This is the cover of Kanye West's 2007 album called Graduation. And though at this point, West was already a Grammy award-winning artist, but this album really launched him further into pop culture and therefore Murakami and his designs as well. Juxtapose magazine even went as far to say that the graduation artwork was what really turned Kanye into an almost mega alter ego, that he took his artistry and bravado to a whole new level behind the guise of Takashi's art. Finally, we'll end on a recent endeavor. This is the Clone X series, which is a collection consisting of 20,000 digital anime-style avatars that have been made into NFTs. There are 8 DNA types and more than 300 traits, with a clone's DNA determining its rarity. Of course, having a popular artist behind the project has meant a successful launch, but diversity is also another part of why the Clone X collection has been so successful. There are clones available in a variety of skin tones and races. Some of the rarest clones even have the skin condition vitiligo. Murakami has inspired and personally mentored the next generation of Japanese artists through employing them at his factories, curating exhibitions of their work, and writing essays that contextualize their work within the legacy of modern Japanese art. And despite the clash in reception between his artwork, alternating between heavy disdain and blatant celebration, Murakami has really come to dominate the world's view of Japanese contemporary art. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you next week.